I'm Nadja. I just graduated from PFS and I'm 17. And at the end of the summer, I'm going to go into my first year of college.
My name is Blythe. I'm 20. I graduated from PFS in 2018. I was there for 4 years, and I'm going into my junior year of college. So we're going to share 2 important aspects that we took away from PFS in our 4 years that we were both there.
I think like probably the biggest takeaway for me that I can put into words is the ability to spend my time on my passions while in school. And like in a genuine way, like I wasn't ever wasting my time on things that weren't important to me, like on things that wouldn't help me immediately after I got out of school. And I didn't have to postpone my passion or my interests for the sake of some arbitrary expectation.
I think having the free time that we're given at PFS kind of helps accelerate us in finding our passions and the things that we like to do, because we're not having like 80% of our day taken up with things that require like so much attention, and we're not really given the space to think outside of that. Instead, we're given too much space to think about what we want to do, and then eventually you want to start doing the things that you're thinking about what you want to do. I think that's a really big takeaway from PFS that has definitely impacted us since leaving, because now we feel like we have a better understanding of what we want to do or where we want to go.
Yeah, and especially going into college, like so many college students just really don't know what they want to do, and like rightfully so when you don't have time to think about what you might want to do.
Yeah.
And people are like, I guess you can pick between math, English, and science if you want. We had this crazy opportunity to like really understand what we might want to do, and really understand that what we want to do now might be different, and like believe that we can handle whatever comes in that really cool way.
My biggest takeaway was coming off of that was I feel like I was given the tools to be able to understand myself better and understand like how to make choices. I think being able to like know yourself and being given that space and freedom and time to really get to know yourself and how you work, and you know, we don't have it figured out, but to be given that head start and be able to reflect on that and learn about yourself, which is something that a lot of people don't have the time or freedom to do until they're like in their 20s or 30s. I think being given that tool at such an early age has put us kind of ahead of the game, and we're still growing in areas where a lot of people are just starting to grow at the same age as us now.
Yeah, I think like learning how to learn instead of information being forced into our brains, we kind of like acquired a taste for it and like an interest in this idea that you can like hone in on this skill that is learning in like a huge life-changing way.
Yeah, I think knowing yourself is one of the biggest tools to have in your toolbox. I think if you know yourself and you are confident in the fact that you'll be able to make a decision when the time comes, because when we were at PFS, the stakes were a lot lower then, and so some of the decisions were more like, would I rather play a game upstairs or go relax downstairs, or like, what do I want to eat for lunch, where do I want to go off campus for lunch, and those were all really important decisions in the moment, but the stakes are a lot lower. But then as you get older, you're going to be faced with a lot of these bigger life decisions. I've already experienced a few and you know, I'm not going to know what those decisions are, but I'm confident that when the time comes to make those decisions, I'll be able to confidently make those decisions, and that is like the most empowering feeling in the world, I think, and a lot of people can't find that for a really long time.
Yeah, it's like almost like this confidence like in life, like it's not just a self-confidence like, yeah, I know I'm cool, or like I know I can do this thing really well. It's like I know I can live life well, like I know I got it, and it's kind of crazy. And I've met people my age who do not feel that way at all.
And all of that came just from, like, going to this school.
Honestly.
Like, none of it wasn't, like, drilled into us. It was just from a lifestyle of being surrounded by that kind of community all day, every day.
Yeah. And, like, the staff, adults who see you as a human and they trust you and your decision, even if that decision might be buying ice cream for lunch, and that's it.
And encourage you to take these, like, risky decisions.
Yeah.
Like, there were so many times that I was, like, I had ideas for something, and then I was, like, so quick to shut it down. I'd be like, no, I can't do that. And then I would always have a staff right next to me and be like, sure you can.
You could.
Like, why not?
Like, if you want.
And I just never thought like that. I was always
Right.
I was always like a no, I can't. And they were like, why can't you? And I think having that kind of role model is really important, too.
Yeah.
When you're growing up.
Yeah, and the cool thing about PFS is, like, the staff are getting educated kind of, like, right beside us. Like, if you're used to that.
We're equals.
Exactly. If you're used to this lifestyle of interacting with young people this way and interacting with learning this way, then there's no stopping you from learning. Like, you're going to keep going and you're going to keep adjusting and making the community better. And if you're not familiar with it and if it's new to you, then you'll adapt and learn and grow in ways that you didn't think you could as a staff. And, like, that kind of means that every single person who becomes a part of PFS, like, just kind of gets this gift eventually, which is great.
Are there any other big takeaways or topics?
Um,
There's obviously a lot of, like, benefits to going to this kind of school, but I feel like that was the biggest impact for me. I mean, they all work together to impact us and brought us to where we are today, but when I think about, like, what did I gain from that I wouldn't trade for the world, it was definitely, like, being able to reflect on myself as much as I can now and having that depth and being able to, like, know myself and take charge of my life.
Probably my value and, like, the way I think about justice, the way I think about trust, the way I think about young people, like, starting when I was 14, ending when I was 17, and, like going to school with 6-year-olds and also going to school with people who are like, older than me.
Yeah.
All of that, it makes you value big picture stuff. It makes me value big picture stuff. And I feel like it gave me a lot of tools to try and build my own community leaving PFS. Like, I know what a beautiful community looks like.
You have a better understanding of, like, what areas you want to locate yourself in, and, like, what kind of people you like to be around. Like, you just have a better understanding of it.
And the cool thing, like, you can choose, like, when you're there.
And, like, you know that there's more out there.
Yeah.
Like, it's not like you're going from conventional high school right into college, and then you're like fumbling because you're like, I didn't know life could be this way.
Right.
If anything, we're fumbling because we can't find the life that we were in at PFS. Fumbling just a little bit.
Just a little bit, though.